Ray begins our team coverage with the latest on Dorian's track. Bill.
All right, let's look at this satellite picture right here. The winds are still 150 miles per hour, so they didn't intensify at the 5 o'clock update, but they're gusty. That barometer compared to yesterday has continued to fall. When a barometer falls, that intensifies the wind, so it doesn't surprise me that Dorian is a Category 4 storm. Now look at that circulation around that eye showing up on this enhanced satellite picture. It is moving westerly at 8 miles per hour, and right now what we have are hurricane warnings up from Nassau through Abaco and Freeport and the Grand Bahama Island. That's where the hurricane warnings are, and those folks in the Bahamas are going to get hit. You know, incidentally, along Florida, all they've put up is a tropical storm warning. There could see some winds. This system now, unlike yesterday when all the computer models were, most of them were all taken into Florida, has made a 180 on that, or at least a 90-degree turn, because this storm now doesn't look like it's going to hit Florida. Look at the visible picture. It's a pretty storm, and you take the width of it, and you can see how it could smother Florida if it came ashore there, but I don't think it is. It is going to smother the Bahama Islands, and there it is. It's a Category 4 storm Sunday afternoon ripping through the islands of the Bahamas, and then because the ridge that's been up over Bermuda's over here, is weakening and moving off to the east, it's going to allow the storm to recurve before it hits Florida. All storms will eventually recurve. We thought this would hit into Florida because that ridge was going to be strong and then recurve. Well, it's doing it sooner, so it's not going to come across the coast of Florida. So all those folks making sandbags and everything, they might be just doing it for practice, because if this follows this path, although there's still a chance it could come ashore of Florida, it'll skim our coast Thursday afternoon. It'll be 100-mile-an-hour winds, but that still is enough to produce damage along the coast. So we're hoping for this shift. It keeps shifting more and more east, so we want that ridge to break down even more, so this thing might even stay further away from our coast. If this is the setup, even though there is a chance it still could come over central North Carolina, you got to see there's still a chance it could stay well out to sea. But if that indeed is the setup, and this computer model tries to show that most of the lines show that as the setup, we will see minimal effects here in central North Carolina. As a matter of fact, the latest rainfall forecast doesn't show much in Florida, but does pick up in Wilmington, Sunset Beach, 8 to 10 inches of rain. But look, by the time you get back to Raleigh and Fayetteville, just an inch or two. So we could survive that. But obviously the storm has been unpredictable already and could shift in or could shift out. So we'll just have to stay on top of it over the next several days.